Black Mesa Complex. So this is a Half-Life.
This is Half-Life. This is a remake approved by Valve of the original Half-Life in the Source 2 engine. Or it may be the Source engine. But either way, it's a remake in the newest, at the time, engine. The modders, because this used to be a free mod, now it's, I don't know, $20. It's not cheap. They redid everything. They remade every map. They redid absolutely everything to make it better. I have a couple of major issues with this, though, and all of them are visible on the tram ride. This tram ride
This is one of the most important parts of Half-Life. It's probably the most memorable part of Half-Life.
It's super iconic. They did a good job on it. They did a good job on all of this. It's Half-Life. If you never played it, this is the Half-Life version you should get. It has changed all sorts of stuff later on in the game. You know, the puzzles that were stupidly easy in 1999, or hard in 1999, are very easy to us now. Things that didn't exist at the time, that were created with Half-Life, are now in every single video game that we play. So they changed it up and made it a little bit more modern, which I absolutely appreciate. And we're going to be on this tram ride for a while, because this is my problem, though.
There was a load scene.
Watch how long this loading screen takes. And I'm not sure if everybody is aware, but it's not like I've got a slacker computer here. I actually thought that the game had crashed.
That was my thought. I mean, I think as gamers, we're getting so used to not even seeing loading scenes these days that's kind of like game-breaking for you.
It is completely game-breaking for him. And you saw, that was a ridiculously long loading screen. What, a minute into the game?
Yeah.
Not even? And it's just a tram ride. Like, I feel that the whole tram ride should be a single thing. How big is this tram ride that it needs multiple loading screens? And there are multiple loading screens on it. Before you even get to the resonance chamber, which is kind of the beginning of this game, you're going to load, I think, 3 or maybe 4 times. And each load is that long. And God help you if you're not on a beast computer like I am.
That's pretty scary.
Right? I mean,
So
I
you
can't
said-
imagine.
Is that the main issue that you had with the game?
It is the main issue. There's some weird, wonky little problems that weren't in the original Half-Life that are in this one. There's some scripting issues. I actually encountered a game-breaking bug within, I don't know, within the first 20 minutes, within the first 10 minutes maybe. On an elevator, I jumped off the elevator onto a ladder, and it completely broke the game because the script wanted me to walk off of the elevator at the bottom. So there was no way for me to engage the next loading section, and it completely... I spent... You'll see, because it's part of this, I spent several minutes going, what'd I do wrong?
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah. And
I like how they leave a book there that says "Tram maintenance. Do not leave unattended."
Yeah. So it's good. I'm glad that they did this. I really am. Half-Life is one of the quintessential games of our generation, certainly, but maybe
PC gaming
ever.
in general, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of ever. It
was one of the first multiplayer games that I ever played. I remember playing in the canyons, and the only thing you ever wanted to do was get up to the top and get the crossbow.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was amazing good fun. We would play it on the LAN, at school, wherever you could get it, and it was just so much fun to play.
Yeah, absolutely. This is back when, you could take a disc to school and install a game, and just install the deathmatch portion. So super, super fun game. One of the most iconic games of all time. One of the best games of all time. You know, you take this and you take Deus Ex, and that is the basis for all of the modern day shooters. You know, I guess you could say System Shock, but Deus Ex is, of course, the next version of that. So I'm enjoying the fact that this exists, but this here...
Okay, so November 8th, 1998 is when Half-Life came out. My only question is when Unreal Tournament came out. November 30th, 1999. So it did come before Unreal Tournament, because that was the only other major game like it that I can remember playing, besides Quake, obviously.
Yep. At least on the deathmatch portion. And then you had all sorts of cool mods. I mean, Counter-Strike came from this. You had Ricochet, which was one of the coolest little mods that you could get. I wish I could find a Ricochet server today. You know, I mean, there's just so much that Half-Life has given us, and this tram ride's definitely part of that. But, I mean, we've already went through 2 loading screens, and you saw how long they were. We're going to go through at least one more, and it's just... It really put me into the position where I'm getting into this game, and I'm going, oh, this is going to be awesome. I'm super excited to play Half-Life again, you know, and they did everything up until Zen, which was the worst part of Half-Life anyway, so I don't really mind it. But this put me into the position where I'm saying to myself, oh, this is the kind of game I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be, you know, at a loading screen every 10 seconds. And I'm on a, you know, a 4th generation i7. I've got this running off of an SSD. I have a perfectly powerful graphics card, and I'm still experiencing that kind of loading. And in fact, I was seeing, I'm not sure that it's coming through in the video here, but there were screen tears and things like that that you really don't expect. Now, I like these 2 guys walking off into the background there, because I was watching them and I was really expecting for them to do something. I saw one of them turn around and look at the tram for a second, and nothing happened. And I felt like that could have been a cool little Easter egg.
So, was Half-Life the one that came out with Day of Defeat? Because that was probably my favorite mod.
Yeah, Day of Defeat was a Half-Life mod. I mean, there's just so many awesome mods that today, you know, there's nothing that could build off of it like Half-Life did. This is the game that introduced...
There he is.
the G-Man. But this is the game that introduced, you know, use E for you, or press E for use, WASD, standard, control for crouch, space for jump, all of that kind of stuff that you use in every PC game. That came from this. So you look at this and you go, okay, well, that was a long tram ride. I mean, you know, like 7.5 minute long tram ride, and we had 3 loading screens, right?
Yeah, that was a really long time.
Really long time.
And there's Barney.
Oh, no, there's a loading screen.
Oh, no!
Like,
when did this come out? When did Black Mesa come out?
This year, well, within 12 months, I think.
Really?
Yep, I'm pretty sure it came out within the last 12 months.
Yeah, May 5th, 2015.
Yeah. So, a little longer than 12 months ago. But, I mean, it's been out for a long time.
Wow, they really did upgrade some things. That sound is completely revamped.
Yep. And they added in new models for all of the NPCs so that they're not all just the same Barney staring at you. And it is a big visual upgrade. If you've never seen the original Half-Life...
This is completely different.
I will make sure to superimpose a picture of Barney there. But you can see, I mean, like, it's just...
He has facial features.
Yeah, he has facial.
He has wrinkles on his face.
Yeah.
You can see that there's text on the screens. There are images on the screens, you know?
Yes, which you never would have had.
And the lighting is just incredibly revamped.
20 minutes ago.
The whole
I'm still
thing.
trying to
They
find my
remade
files.
the entire
Just one of those
entire
days, I
game.
guess. They were also having some
Blue screen.
It's
down in the
nice.
test chamber too, but I think that's all straightened out. He told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Oh, that's a very pleasant sound.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman.
Clap, clap,
But the
clap.
thermal protection system seems to be online. Those TPS
Would you
reports
look at that? Freeman actually did show up for work this morning.
Good morning, Gordon.
Looks like somebody here owes you lunch.
Good morning, Freeman. Already made plans. Shut up. Don't worry.
And of course, they kept all the original voices and everything
Yep.
from the original game, which is definitely a nice thing to have there.
I've got my hand on the mouse and my fingers on WASD like I'm expecting to play this game. It's just so, enthralling to see the game in its glory now.
And it really is. That's the thing. I really want this to be great. And there's the little immersion and game-breaking things that just ruin it. I mean, who doesn't remember pressing on the microwave here and blowing up lunch?
Yep. And it doesn't work now?
It still
It
does.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Or getting sodas out of the machine for health.
You think you can
You know?
use a vending machine too, college boy?
We will never hear the end of this.
Yeah, you'd best make like an atom and split. Cause that was you-know-who's lunch.
It's fantastic.
Why do we all
You know,
have to
they
wear
changed
these
a couple of
ridiculous
little things,
ties?
like you go into Freeman's here and you don't see Aaron's book anymore. He's the guy who wrote the story for Half-Life, so that's not there anymore. But all the pickups are still there. This guy, the guy who was always asking for toilet paper in the original one, well, you can give him toilet paper.
That's awesome.
Hello? Hello? Could somebody get me some toilet paper? Oh, thank heavens. I'm in dire need of some toilet paper.
So you can finally give him the toilet paper he always wanted. But everything's basically the same. Movement's very similar. You can't quite bunny hop because it does run off a source. So it's not quite as fast, but they definitely turned it up a little bit. So it's very, 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 very similar. The whole game's very similar. It's,
Oh no.
you know,
Oh no. This suit runs off of a DOS-based OS. That's probably a bad decision.
probably. But you can see how they changed this up. You know, there's
This is totally new music.
yeah, new music. Now I remember the first time I picked up the HEV, you get that on-disc music playing. You know, and it's real synthy, lots of guitar kind of sound. It was really cool. I remember loving the music to the point where when I was 12, 13, I remember listening to the music for Half-Life because not playing the game at all. So they have good music. It feels really faithful until you get something like what's about to happen.
Oh, you were trying to do one of the exploits.
No, I'm just getting out of the elevator faster. That's it. That was the game breaker that I engaged in.
And now you can't hit the button?
No, there's no button. There's supposed to be a loading screen here. But it won't load. It will never load. This is broken. Well, that's a pretty weak way for the game to be broken.
Yeah. Well, I guess, none of the playtesters ever decided to jump off the elevator onto the safety ladder, which I certainly would have done.
Right? Like, that seems pretty standard to me. I don't want to wait for this elevator any longer.
Absolutely not. I never, ever, ever want to be involved in a, loading screen like that, which it's not actually a loading screen, but it leads to a loading screen and is in and of itself a loading screen because it's a ladder.
Well, an elevator.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
It's the Mass Effect
And now
loading
you're
screen
trying to
version.
figure out exactly what's going on.
What
and
did
you're
I
like,
break?
What did I miss?
I'm
There's
missing
a secret
something.
here. And you're like, okay. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
And this right here, I just imagine a new Half-Life player getting to this point, and going, "Oh,
This
well,
game sucks."
This game's janky and broken. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, what's going on here? Is there a puzzle or something?" And that's really disappointing. I mean,
Morning, Mr. Freeman.
again, that's one of the very...
Oh no!
It's one of the very first things that you can actually interact and do is to jump off the elevator, and I did that, and there you go. I broke the game.
That's very depressing.
Yeah. So I want it to be good, and I have in my head pictures of this game being awesome the whole way through. My mother played this game, and she loved it. So, you know, I know that it's there, you know? Like, the Half-Life part of it is there. But it's so janky. The loading screens are way too much, man. Just way too much.
Hey, Mr. Freeman.
Hi, Gordon.
I had a bunch of messages for you. We had a system crash about 20 minutes ago.
I like how the guy's still talking to you like a block away.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I didn't really go much further than this in this recording because Warral wanted to play Overwatch. But I'm going to actually get down to the next level, and then that's where this video will stop. But you can see what they're going for. I don't know that I'm happy that I paid money for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can buy the original Half-Life for $1.50. You know?
If even.
Right. You know, I think it comes with most of the Valve games you buy now. You can probably get a pack of Half-Life, Half-Life 2, and like all the episodes for under $5. So for this to be a $20 game, or whatever it is, I mean, it's not. It might be $16, whatever. It's a $20 game. For it to be that much money, and for it to have these just horrible problems for a gamer, and you'll see what I mean. I just wait in the elevator here, and now I walk out, and you know, boom, loading screen, and of course, you know, you're dealing with a 45-second load again.
At that point, I think that's just really depressing. Because
It's
you're
depressing.
like, oh, I missed a loading scene,
Yep.
which flipped me around in a circle.
For no reason.
Did you catch that last
So yeah, I was just super depressed about the whole thing. I'm gonna go back through it. I'm gonna try it out some more, but I'm kind of sad about it. You know.
I think it's a very pretty game, and everybody that is a gamer and a PC gamer needs to play Half-Life. And if you do it through Black Mesa, I'm fine with that. But I would say that this game is canon or canological for being a PC gamer.
Yep.
Sample down to the test
Yep.
chamber.
I mean, you have to play this game. And if you can't take the 1999 graphics, pick up Black Mesa, but understand that it's still got problems, and hopefully you're not playing it on a, you know, an older laptop where those loading screens are gonna kill
They're
you.
waiting for you.
So, there you go. That's Black Mesa, guys.
Right.
I would give it 2 thumbs up just because it's Half-Life. Maybe 1.5 because of some of the issues.
There you go.
Eli has
All right, guys.
this
Well,
and
until the next one.
preparations for the new experiment.